This is the Stevens Model 66. Acquired this gun a couple months back at a local gun store. It's a tube fed 22, shoots shorts, longs, and long rifle. Bolt action. And yes, it's unloaded. This gun is kind of unique. The 66s were all the same except for this one. This is a 66B. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's a Buckhorn special. These rifles were made to be more accurate than the original 66s. Slightly longer barrels, better sights. I have the rear leaf sight removed right now because it does have the Peep Sight. This gun here it's a work in progress, I guess. We got it, and my wife and I ran probably about 300 rounds through it flawlessly, and that's including shorts. So you can actually tube feed shorts. It holds, got I think 20 of them in the magazine, and then one day it had one caught underneath the lifter. Not sure if you guys are going to see down in there. This little part right here was actually a round that got caught underneath there, and couldn't figure it out, couldn't fix it at the range, and it still functioned. So we just shot it single shot the rest of the day, and got home, took it apart, and as soon as I took the stock out, or took the stock off the rifle, the round fell out. But it's been doing that again every time we shoot shorts out of it for some reason. And I mean, the rifle was made, I believe, somewhere around mid-30s. Not sure exactly, but from what I can find, it's a mid-30s rifle. So this part here may just be getting worn. I'm not sure, but it's allowing the 22 long rifles speed just fine, but it's allowing the shorts to scoot underneath there, and it jams the rifle up. But other than that, this rifle's functioning flawlessly. The Peep Sight is kind of interesting. Turn it. Give you guys a better look here. It actually has 3 different apertures that you can select from. You just kind of take a fingernail, get it up underneath there, and you've got a large one, and you've got, it's kind of hard to do holding the camera, and you've got a very small one, which in low light it's really hard to see out of the very small one, but it is the most accurate one. And then you have your big one. I'm not sure exactly what size apertures they are. This one here, it does okay at 50 yards. I'm going to say it's probably like a 3 MOA aperture, whereas this small one here is definitely a 1 MOA or under aperture. It does very well. Other than that, the sights are kind of hard to adjust. You unscrew this screw here to go up and down. This gun shoots so low I've actually had to file some off of the aperture itself to get it to shoot low enough. Left to right, you actually just unscrew it. I'm not sure if you can see the lines there or not, and move it side to side. You can also drift the front sight if needed. I find it easier just to adjust the back. Gun is drilled and tapped for a receiver mount. I'm not sure what size it takes. If anyone knows, let me know, because I would not mind putting a scope on this at all. Very, very simple trigger mechanism inside. Like stupid simple actually, but high quality and well made nonetheless. The trigger is fairly tight on this. It's got probably about a 9-pound trigger pull. If you can put it on a rest and you have plenty of time to shoot, it does okay. I mean, I can shoot 1-inch groups at 50 yards with it probably. But if you've got to make a quick long-range shot, the trigger is kind of a hindrance. Other than that, this rifle is really accurate. The bolt is a little strong. It's got a really strong spring. and actually dropping and opening the rifle after it's been discharged is fairly difficult sometimes. It's not a sticky bolt situation. It's just it hasn't never been shot much. It's in fairly good shape. The wood's still a little dirty. I need to take some steel wool to it. It's got a handling marks here, just from where somebody's been holding it like this walking through the woods. Other than that, the original finish is mostly all there. It does have, just like your Marlins do, you just push down, twist, pull that out, load through here. Unlike your Marlins, the follower in here is actually metal. So you can see it. It's actually metal, and it's still got a decent amount of spring tension in it. You'd probably never find another spring to replace that. And if you did, the pin would probably be so seized in there you'd probably end up messing up the brass tube if you tried. Excuse me. All metal parts on this gun. It says made in mid-30s, so it was before they really started putting plastics in a lot of guns. And the guns I did put them in were fairly expensive because plastics were so new. But just wanted to give you guys a look at this. It's a fairly rare rifle. Not going to say rare, more so hard to find. Fairly inexpensive. I picked this one up for, I believe, $125 at the local gun store. And I've seen people asking $400 and $500 for them. And in good shape, they probably should bring that. This one's got some standing on the bolt there. Like I said, the wood's a little dirty. Some of the finish is worn off. That's where the sight, the rear leaf sight sat, and it actually got twisted. I'm not sure if it was dropped or something like that. The rifling in this is very, very, very sharp still. It's got a fairly fast rifling in it, a little bit faster than the Mossberg actually. I'm not sure if that was by design or just that's what tooling they had set up at the time. It's got a two-piece bolt design, or actually a three-piece, excuse me, that I've yet to figure out how to be able to take all the way apart. You can clean it fairly well without taking it all the way apart, even just taking the back half off. But it's kind of a pain. Like I said, it hasn't been shot much, and these springs are still really strong in it. And I'm not sure if they were replaced, sometime since the mid-30s or not. But I've looked and I can't find any replacement springs anywhere for it. You definitely don't get any light strikes with this, even on like stingers and stuff like that. Firing pin is still really sharp and it really punishes them. But there it is, guys. This is the Stevens, not Savage Stevens. This is the actual Stevens Model 66B. This is the Buckhorn Special. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.